Time to burn and get after it. Here we go. Go. 30 seconds. Moving on to the next. Keep at it. Work. Nice work, kid. Let's keep hitting the bag and build that strength and power in your punches.
Well, the Europeans don't like when I use the word winningest, so I will say Neil Magny has won more welterweight fights than any man, including George St. Pierre, in UFC history. I won't repeat that statement, but that is an incredible accomplishment for Neil Magny. All of that being said, his eyes are on the prize, and while some fans might scoff at that notion, you're only as good as your last fight. There are a lot of big scalps on the resume of Neil Magny. You know he's going to bring the cardio, trains at elevation, got a nice long jab that he can work off of, some nice submissions in his arsenal as well. He's the underdog here tonight, and he thinks he's ready to spring an upset. All right, folks, here we go. All eyes are on the undisputed UFC welterweight champion. Future might be in the UFC Hall of Fame, but he certainly didn't want to hear that noise in the fighter meeting. He is focused on the present, and that is this significant challenge against the #1 contender tonight.
Yeah, he's not looking down the line. This is a guy that lives in the here and now. He told us the other day, John, that he has so many more defenses to put himself alongside the great welterweight champions, Kamaru Usman and George St. Pierre. He has got a real idea of where he wants to go, and he feels like tonight is just another step in the road to greatness.
And he's been inspired by all of those great welterweights that preceded him, Leon Edwards among them. Now it's his turn to shine on a big stage yet again. All right, with that, the wait ends here. Both fighters have graced the octagon, and we are raring to go from a sold-out Etihad Arena here in Abu Dhabi, UAE. Our tale of the tape for this welterweight championship fight. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC welterweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, the Haitian sensation, Neil Magny. And now, introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC welterweight champion of the world, Golden.
Mark Goddard, our referee for this one, as good as any man or woman in the business. All right, here we go. UFC welterweight championship is up for grabs right now.
Able to walk his opponent into that shot was amazing, especially this early in the fight.
Magny goes in for the takedown now, and he gets it. Nice fight IQ there after he had gotten stunned on the feet. And he is back up to his feet. All right, so a stunning...
Side control is pretty safe there.
Oh, and he escapes up to his feet. Very nice. Oh, Magny's eye looks to have been cut open from one of those offerings.
Yeah, he's got hit in the eye, and now there's a cut. But it's nothing to worry about too much now. But he's got to be very careful with it as we go forward.
All right, so another strong takedown for him here, but now we'll see if he can actually do something that might finish this fight.
Damage will lead to submission opportunities. But first, got to do some damage. And he keeps the UFC championship.
All right, we'll re-rack some replays for you now as he gets it done by TKO.
Beautiful job getting the fight to the ground, recognizing that you are putting him in your world. And when you're in his world and you're stuck on the bottom, you're in constant danger. Ground and pound was brutal, and it led to another finish on the mat.
All right, to make this title fight official, here's Bruce.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mark Honors called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 52 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by TKO, and still the undisputed UFC welterweight champion of the world, Golden.
All right, so another highlight for the reel of the undisputed UFC welterweight champion defends the title successfully here tonight and does so by TKO. A lot of people thought maybe this one was going to go the distance, but the welterweight king wasn't having any of that noise. Now all that's left to do, celebrate with the corner and look ahead to the next title defense. One thing, though, is for certain. our tale of the tape for this middleweight fight. Now for the introductions, here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Chris Heiner. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Jose Shimaya.
Ready?
All right, round 1 is upon us now. He didn't want to talk about the BMF title that sits on the mantle in our fighter meeting, but he wants to channel that form here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, Johnny. He fighting the way that he did on that night. We are looking at one of the best fighters in the world.
All right, half guard form here, and a lot of offensive options, I would think, at his disposal.
Oh, he's got a ton of options. He has submission options, but I believe the safest option for him here is going to be to use his ground and pound. Build a base, posture up, throw big strikes, get back in position, build posture again, throw big strikes, and just really wear him down with a really secure position in half guard.
Massive head kick. Oh, he's hurt. Shimaya gets to the clinch right now, and thank goodness, because he is just trying to recover.
Another one!
Oh, trying to hold it on here.
Beautiful.
Under 3 minutes now to go in what has been a very fast-paced opening round here. Well, I know it's early, champ, but that is absolutely huge to get that reversal and not end up in a compromising spot this early on in the fight.
It's a big...
Fighters separate from the clinch. Shimaev's...
Holy smokes!
Ladies and gentlemen!
Sean Shelby just said, you ain't never did that. Nope. I wish I did, though. I love to kick somebody in the head. Man, that was fast.
Let's get it to Bruce Buffer to make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mark Goddard has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 4 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by knockout, Chris Heiner.
All right, so there he is, the man of the hour. What a massive knockout for him to get this win in style tonight.
He did everything he needed to do to find the knockout. Now he can celebrate with his family and friends as they earn this spectacular victory.
Our tail of the tape for this much-anticipated middleweight encounter. And now to get us started, here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. Ladies and gentlemen, an Ultimate Fighter season winner, Kelvin Gastelum. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Chris Hyder.
Ready to fight? Ready.
All right, here we go, start of round 1, and potentially some UFC history on the line. He is trying to secure the record for the longest winning streak in promotional history.
John, and that's one of those records that you...
Shot lands early round 1.
I mean, early in the fight, he already has hurt. Oh, my goodness, John, this could be a quick night. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness, these boys are going at it. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, we can't stay seated here up against the fence for long.
This is a bad spot to be in the fight, John.
All right, so close call moments ago.
Oh! Oh, turn back! Oh, my goodness!
Chris Will Matt Carter. No judges needed.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, with that, we now go inside the octagon. Bruce Buffer has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 10 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by knockout, Chris Hyder.
All right, so that'll do it. A lot of you will remember acutely where you were on this night when he set the record for the longest winning streak in UFC history.
It's hard to break records like this, John. There are so many great fighters in the UFC. This is a testament to his hard work, determination, and commitment to the game that he now stands alone as the guy with more wins than anyone to start a UFC career.
All right, so here's a fighter that a lot of people have been talking about here during fight week, really just because of the nature of his skill set. I haven't seen much in terms of a glaring weakness on film. Your thoughts?
It doesn't seem like there is one. You know, when you're watching the film and you're critiquing him, there's not much to critique. When you're trying to break down where the weaknesses are, there aren't many. The guy can wrestle, he can grapple, he's got tremendous cardio, great top control, insane durability. He's got it all. He's one of the best mixed martial artists we have seen come on the scene for a long time. But he's got to continue to prove it if he wants to stay where he is right now in the UFC.
And perhaps his greatest asset, at least thus far, has been his instinctual nature in the octagon, right? Just knowing which skill to employ at the right time. And certainly he's got essentially every skill you would want in an MMA arsenal. With so much adulation and adoration from the fan base, the BMF champion at present, making the walk to the octagon. When this belt was first realized, when it was incepted, a lot of people wondered, would it ever be defended? Well, that is our reality here tonight, and we have two of the most deserving individuals on the planet to fight for this particular prize. This man can do it all, and we'll see if he is the better man on this particular Saturday night. DC, I can't wait.
Let's keep it up. Come on, let's go. You got this.
All right, ready to go here at the Rock, the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. Both athletes have graced the octagon. Let us now see who will have the upper hand in this critical matchup here tonight. Our tail of the tape for this middleweight fight. All right, now for your main event introductions, the one, the only, Bruce Buck.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! This fight is 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC BMF Championship of the World. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Sean Strickland. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC BMF champion of the world, Chris Harner. Herb Dean is your referee. He's the third man in the octagon tonight. All right, here we go. Round one. BMF championship is on the line. I think we all feel it coursing through our veins. Two of the most electric fighters in this division. Let the bodies hit the floor, man. Oh, my goodness. I can really get my notes together. Huge early connection there.
It's about the punch, but it's also about the setup. That was a beautiful setup that allowed him to land that strike.
There it is again. Another shot gets through.
This dude better keep his hands up, John. How many times can he just explode before he starts to fatigue himself? Because every time he goes, it's a massive explosion.
Strickland's eye looks to be cut open from one of those strikes.
It's never good to get cut, but right now it's a small one. You don't have to worry about it, but you got to protect it. Just a little bit ago, he landed a beautiful left hand.
And the fighter lands again. All right, early action here. Now, there's no contract language preventing him from playing flag football in the offseason, and reports are he did pretty well.
He did good at flag football. He's doing great inside the octagon. I mean, being an athlete is always good. And tonight, that was beautiful, John. He set that up beautifully. His opponent is
gets back up. All right, so at this point, you got him stunned. You can't...
Oh, my goodness. This is brutal.
Under 2 minutes to go in a...
He's done. He's done.
Oh, nicely done there as he escapes back to his feet.
That's what I'm talking about.
What now?
That's it. Yes.
All right, let's get to the official decision. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Deans called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 8 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by knockout and still the undisputed UFC BMF champion of the world,
Well, there it is. You heard it from Bruce Buffer. The words many of you were expectant you would hear at Fights End, and still, as he successfully defends his BMF title tonight.
Once again, he defends the BMF title. You know, I'm having a hard time finding the words to describe a fighter that...
All right, so the championship moment has arrived for the former Oregon State Beaver, Chris Lil Mac Carter. I don't have to tell you all the big stages he was on as a wrestler, now fighting for the undisputed UFC title.
You know, there was a lot of expectation when this young man made his UFC debut. From his dad being an Olympic gold medalist, to his coach, Pops, talking about how good he was going to be. The guys that believe MMA all showing that they could compete at the highest level. It all seems to be coming together for this young man as he stands on the doorsteps of the biggest moment of his career. He's worked hard to get here, John, but now it's all about cashing in on the opportunity.
All right, so here's the undisputed UFC middleweight champion, Sean Strickland, and you can argue his win over Israel Adesanya to wrest away the belt at UFC 293 was the most improbable result of 2023, but perhaps it should not have been. Strickland has a very boxing-intensive style that is very difficult to prepare for, and he took it to Izzy right out of the chute. That has given him a lot of confidence coming into this title defense here tonight. He is a 5-round fighter, outstanding cardiovascular base, and all the self-belief in the world that he is going to leave the octagon the way he came in as the undisputed best in the world. Sean Strickland has graced the octagon, and as usual, he looks ready to go. Our tale of the tape for this middleweight championship fight. All right, now for your main event introductions, here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC middleweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Chris Carter. And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, ladies and gentlemen, the reigning, defending UFC middleweight champion, Sean Strickland.
Herb Dean, our referee for this one.
Ready.
All right, here we go. Round 1 of a possible 5. Chris Carter has made a miraculous.
I mean, that was beautiful. Great job setting it up, getting the punch to the target, and hurting your opponent very early in the fight. He's still firing back, even though he's hurt bad.
All right, so the champion showing off some durability. He has recovered, but to what extent? We might be hearing and new pretty soon here.
Very encouraging start for the challenger. This man knew he had to get forward, get some punches off of the champ. He has done that now. The champion's on no.
All right, early round 1 action here. The game plan, of course, was to come out aggressively, but the landing percentage leaves a lot to be desired.
He hasn't landed anything. He's going to empty his gas tank trying to finish the fight when it's not working.
Strickland's eye does not look the way he How about the shoulder shot? His eyes crossed.
His eyes crossed. They rolled that to his head.
Chris Carter! Yes, he did it! The undisputed middleweight champion of the world!
Oh, my goodness. Him and his team said they would win this fight and they would win it impressively. That's exactly what they did. Congratulations, champ.
All right, to make this title fight official, here's Bruce.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean's called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 6 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by TKO and new UFC middleweight champion of the world, Chris Hyder.
So some UFC history tonight as we crown a new UFC champion. Congratulations to fighter and team. And man, are they going to enjoy this one. A lot of people not giving them a chance coming in here tonight. There is a new sheriff in town in this division, and it is going to take a big performance to dethrone the new champion of this weight class. All right, now our tale of the tape for this bantamweight scrap. All right, now for the introductions, the veteran voice of the Octagon, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC bantamweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Mario Bautista! And now, here's his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Corey Sandhagen!
As committed as any athlete in this bantamweight division, Corey Sandhagen trying to put it all together on the biggest stage of his career here tonight.
And John, just truly in awe, or truly appreciative of where he is in his career. This guy has to take the long route. It has not been easy for Corey Sandhagen to put himself here. He's here now, and he intends to deliver on all of the promises he has made of being one of the best in the world. Bautista's very good, man. Fights at a really high pace. Does a good job mixing in the wrestling with the striking.
Both fighters hanging down in the pocket and both landing. Well, champ, I'm not suggesting he needs to pace himself necessarily, but throwing caution to the wind and all of these bombs, no good if done late.
Well, I mean, yeah, it was a game plan, but if it's not landing, he's got to be careful not to get countered because he's overextending him so much. He gets countered, he may go to sleep.
Man, and we'd be remiss if we did not mention that pinpoint left hand that landed a moment ago. Cejudo, Mario Bautista, darting in and out. Really a technical stance.
Yeah, he's a very good striker, very good footwork, always in prime position to engage.
Oh, beautiful counter there, and right out of the high guard, too.
I mean, just another great shot right on the counter. I mean, this dude is a super high-level striker.
Matchmakers are smiling to our immediate right as both fighters continue to get off here earth.
I mean, both of these guys are on the front foot. Both are working very hard, but they both need to be a little bit more responsible defensively.
All right, so look at that. A cut has been opened around that eye area.
He's taking shots over and over again to that area, and now he's dealing with a cut. Oh, nice uppercut.
There's that left hand. Good job by the defense to prevent the... All right, it goes into the books decisively as a TKO due to ground strikes. Some replays for you now.
That's where he makes his money, right? He makes his money on the ground. He is a phenomenal ground and pound fighter, and that was on display tonight. He was able to get to his positions, land his strikes, knowing exactly which ones were going to be the ones that ended the night of his opponent. He gets the finish, and he gets it in fine fashion.
The decision is inside the octagon. It resides with Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mark Honors called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 11 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by TKO, Corey Sandhagen.
Well, what a win for that young man tonight by TKO. And if the judges were looking at their phones, it's okay. We don't need their scorecards tonight.
We don't need your scorecards. Do as you may, proceed as you may, because this guy knew that he had to finish this fight. That's exactly what he did. He got his opponent hurt, found the follow-up shot, and got the finish.
And now our tale of the tape for this lightweight fight. All right, now for the particulars, back inside of Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Paddy the Paddy Gambler! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Benoit God of War Saint-Denis!
You okay? Good. Let's go.
All right, here we go. Paddy the Batty Pimblett. Say what you will about the smile and the blonde hair. People don't focus enough on the martial arts skill.
And the grappling. He's so big for the weight class that if he gets his hands on you, he is going to drag you to the floor. And once you are there, you are in that. I mean, he walked right into that one, John. It's a huge test, especially when it's this early in the fight.
As he tries to establish his jab. Gotta be careful.
Wide stance, front hands moving, trying to intimidate you with his presence. Benoit Saint-Denis is the real deal.
All right, so a close call there moments ago, champ. And early, he nearly got knocked out. Seems as though he has recovered.
That's crazy how badly he was hurt as early in the fight as he was hurt. He seems to be coming back around now. But let's see if he can keep his opponent off of him so that he doesn't get finished.
Man, he kind of looked like me, just walking right into that punch. Oh, my goodness, it's the shots you don't see coming.
Johnny,
massive head kick there.
Sorry, my man. Johnny's hurt very, very bad. What a setup. Oh, landed some big shots, too. There it is again. Look at that.
Man, this is a crazy shit to witness live. I think he's got to wonder, what do I need to hit him with to get him out of here?
It seems like he's playing with his food a little bit, Johnny. And you know, in the octagon, you have an opportunity to finish. You better do it because things change fast when you're fighting in the UFC.
Under 2 minutes now to go in round 1. All right, champ, now we're starting to see some bruising on that thigh. Pretty good job attacking that area tonight.
I mean, this guy is digging his shin into hitting the thigh. What a tremendous performance by this guy.
And now leather being thrown on both sides. All right, so he's doing a nice job here controlling the center of the octagon, keeping his opponent on the outside.
Oh, I love it, John. I love it. And watch how his foot looks like a compass. His lead leg will always point in the direction that he wants to go as he tries to cut off his opponent. It is unbelievable to watch. And it's so great to watch a man with knowledge of the octagon control as this young gentleman is showing.
30 seconds to go in the round. All right, so the round is over. You see, obviously, the fighter has a cut on his cheek sustained in that round, but better to be below the eye than above it. The cut man is in there trying to close it up.
First of all, hands up, okay?
All right, there's the end of the round, so it was a huge strike to the head that stunned his opponent and nearly got him out of there.
Yeah, that was a big moment. A big strike lands, his opponent's on wobbly legs. That is exactly what you want to see as you're walking back to your stool. Your opponent staggering back to his corner and being hopeful that he can get it back together before the start of the next round.
Ready? Good.
All right, here we go with round 2. And a nice job at least staying upright on that. Head kick is blocked. Oh, beautiful counter land.
Yeah, he hurt him. He rocked him a bit with that nice counter shot.
calling for those feints. Nice job by Pimblett. Man, his movement is so good. The footwork is so good. Masterfully timed with that counter shot there.
Yeah, timing is so important in fighting, and right now this guy is showing that at the highest level. Another great counter by this young man. That was nice.
Side control now, he can knee. A lot of different things he can do. To go in round 2. All right, he's got him in the north-south position now, DC. We'll see if the crowd can be...
That his opponent was on, got his hips all the way across to release the pressure off of his arm. Beautiful submission defense.
Most fighters will tell you offensive wrestling is the hardest, most exhausting thing.
Especially if you're just running the guy over, John, and then he just gets up.
Well, his grappling has been on point thus far, and don't think he's going to slow down. He can keep up this pace through the whole fight.
Especially when he's on top, in the top position, where he's controlling the exchanges, controlling the transitions. He can do it with his eyes closed. This is something he's been doing since he was a young man.
Under a minute, now to go in round 2. While working pretty effectively from the top here. Nice ground and pound by Pimblett. Nice transition. Pimblett's able to make a nice transition there back into side control.
Right in the palm.
Mastering up now.
And now the damage is about to start.
Oh, big crowd strikes now. That's it. That'll do it. The king of the North, Paddy Pimblett.
Unbelievable. He's a savage.
So how about that as he pounds him out for the TKO? Prioritized the finish tonight. Absolutely gets it with style points. A huge, huge result here in this arena tonight.
It's always fun to see an athlete tell you what they're going to do, and then they do it. This guy told us he was going to get a finish, and that's exactly what he did. Him and his team are going to have a fantastic time tonight celebrating. They should all be very proud.
We send it inside the octagon to Bruce Buffer for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mark Goddard has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 56 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by TKO, Paddy, the Paddy Pimblett.
Well, there he is, the man of the hour. And you got to think this dude's going to get a serious Instagram push tonight after the win by TKO.
Oh, he's going to get a massive push because he hurt his opponent and he pressed his foot down on the gas until he got that finish. That was amazing.
And now our tail of the tape for this lightweight scrap. Now for the official introductions, here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Paddy the Bandit Pimblett! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Benoit God of War Saint-Denis!
You ready to fight? Ready. Good.
Scousers don't get knocked out. We'll see if the opponent can put that fade on Paddy Pimblett here tonight. Pimblett plus skills in all areas, an outstanding athlete, good size for the Division II.
And John, just growing in confidence, knowing that his style is suited for the UFC and the top level of the UFC. Tonight he gets an opportunity to once again prove that he's one of the best in the world and hopefully earn himself a chance at a world title.
And of course, there was a beautiful left hand that got in there a moment ago. Well, you see more defensive responsibility out of Benoit Saint-Denis than we have seen in fights past.
Yeah, we have seen Benoit struggle with that at times, but now he's more aware of himself defensively. He's still going forward, wide stance, pressure, presence. Benoit Saint-Denis has it all.
Moments early, and a potential fight ender there.
Yeah, it looked like the fight was over. You know, he's got his reads, he's landing, he's hurting them, but it seems like he has made a decision to try to slow things down a little bit.
Pimblett's cut above the eye, and that blood figures to start to trickle down. Could compromise his vision here moving forward. 2 minutes now to go in round 1.
Nice punch to the head.
Oh, another nice combination. You don't really know where the strikes are coming from.
No, John, they come from the hips because his hands are so low. Generally, a jab comes from the face. With this guy, it's coming from the hips and it's giving his opponent a lot of problems.
Some damage being doled out, and now some swelling upstairs on his opponent.
He's not moving his head effectively. He's trying to be face first. Look, you don't have to prove how tough you are. You got to move your head. Be active. Don't be reactive in your defenses.
That's a good knee by Pimblett. Takedown defense holds up. Saint-Denis gets hit with another knee. That horn sounds means we have reached the end of round 1.
Nice work. Your cardio is set. Get back down there. Push even harder. You can do this.
All right, so let us now check out some of the action in that round, DC. There was a whole lot of it, including a stunner upstairs that nearly closed the show.
It was a lot of action. It was back and forth action, but the big moment was that big strike to the head that landed, that put him on wobbly legs, and in survival mode. Luckily, he made it to the end of that round.
Ready. Ready.
All right, round 2. All right, next round is now underway. Hopefully the action continues at a high level. Pretty good first 5 minutes.
Pretty good first 5 minutes. Both of them can really pick it up. Let's see who decides they're going to lead the dance as we go forward.
Oh, now lands a kick to the body. Pimblett's eye looks to have been cut open here. Yes, it has.
He hasn't moved his head well. He was taking shots too clean, and now a cut has opened up. Saint-Denis said because in France, fighting is still relatively new. He goes all over to try to get the training that he needs. But he said he isn't afraid of anyone. Give him Matt Favola, give him Islam Makhachev. He said he'll give all of them problems.
And now some distance as they pull apart. Now connects with the left hand. Just, man, I'm not sure he knows where he is. He got absolutely loaded with the check hook.
He got excited, and he paid for it. He got hit with that nasty check hook.
Oh, man, it ain't Dikembe Mutombo, but he is blocking all these shots coming this way.
Get that out of here. He sees it coming. You're going to have to mix it up.
Shake that finger.
Shake that finger.
Man, look at the redness now, almost immediately on the right side of his body. Oh, man, he's hurt. I am no analyst, but maybe wrestle?
Yeah, he might need to wrestle here. He needs to hope that his opponent gets excited, overthrows, and presents his hips to him so that he can level change and take him to the mat.
Oh, big
my
power
goodness.
strikes landed on both sides. Man, it doesn't take a lot of these kicks to produce redness. Look at the left side of his body there. Nasty. Well, you must laud the durability on the other side, but at this point, you just got to press the issue, find the kill shot, and get him out of there.
Yeah, he's got to pour it on. I mean, his opponent's been hurt multiple times, and honestly, he has no answer for his power.
30 seconds, round two. Well, he's connected on a few of those rear hooks tonight, and there it is again in this round.
Yeah, Johnny, looking
wow.
for the kill shot every single time.
All right, now we'll see what happens on the ground. High-level takedown by him, though, to get it here.
Now let's see what he can do with it.
Posture's up now. Oh, and delivers. Huge punch to the head there. All right, round three coming up next. What a round it was for him, DC, and of course the seminal moment, that big knockdown that he will try to piggyback on here in this next round.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how he builds off of the momentum that he gets from that last round. How does he deal with the success that he had and not push too hard too early trying to find the finish? You have to let it come to you as the knockdown came to you in the previous round.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Third and final round between the lightweights.
Nice body shot.
Well, maybe he'll look to set up that hook. Oh, huge connection there.
He landed it perfectly. Perfect placement. Perfect position. What a huge blow in a big moment in this fight. Oh, nice body shot. Oh.
There's that hook again. It's blocked. Well, this fight's been pretty crazy thus far. Both guys doling out a lot of damage, and neither seems too bothered by it, but clearly both parties are hurt.
Both guys are hurt. Both guys are fighting beautifully. Both are showing a lot of heart right now in this fight. They're both doing amazing jobs. Let's see who gets the job done at the end of this thing.
Well, you've got to admire the effort. He's still striking, he's still landing, but the gas tank is basically on empty. Let's see if he can preserve it here moving forward. Hook to the head, lands flush there by Saint-Denis. And follows up with another one. All right, so we go down the stretch. He is clearly losing this fight, and at this point, you just abandon position and go for submission, yes?
Yeah, you gotta just go. You gotta start throwing things at the wall and hope something sticks.
Both fighters throwing heat now. Just over 2 minutes to go in our third. Oh!
He loaded up there on that high kick.
Pimblett goes for the clinch now in desperation mode, but probably a wise move, trying to break the momentum from his opponent. Trying to go to the body now with the kick. That one misses. Less than a minute now to go in the round. Finds a home for the left hand there. Time winding down, final seconds of the fight. They go the 15-minute distance. What a fight! All right, let's look back at some of the action, DC. They go the distance tonight, but you got to think he won over the judges with his striking acumen tonight.
Yeah, you got to watch one of the best strikers in the entire UFC. He did everything so well, and in my opinion, he should cruise to a very easy decision.
All right, the official decision is now in. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. All 3 judges score this contest 29-28. For the winner by unanimous decision, Benoit God of War Saint-Denis.
All right, so a clean performance for him here tonight, and even though the finish did not materialize, you got to think he is happy with the result here tonight.
He's got to be happy. I mean, he looked fantastic. He put himself in no danger, and he was in full control of this fight, and he gets the decision victory tonight.